As we make our way to example 3, those intellectually curious of you out there might be thinking, well, the rest of chapter 6 we work with exponential functions and equations. Why is it that we're all of a sudden switching to geometric sequences? Well, we're about to answer that right here, okay? So what we want to do in example 3 is to graph this geometric sequence, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. Now, you might wonder how I'm supposed to graph something that doesn't appear to have an ordered pair, just a bunch of numbers. Well, here's the deal. In a sequence, remember the first term is considered term number 1, second term number 2, third term number 3, and so on. So what we're actually going to do here to graph this is to graph a term, the first term as 32, the second term as 16, and so on. Third term is 8, fourth term is 4, and so on. So if I would graph those points, I would say 1, 32, that would be up here. 2 would give me 16. 3 would give me 8. 4 is 4. And 5 is 2, which would be about halfway in between there, okay? Now, this is probably going to be pretty ugly. But if you look at this pattern, this is coming downward. And the thing about sequences is we only deal with positive x values, so positively numbered terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So the graph doesn't go to the left at all, so we would not have to have included this portion of the graph, but this is going to continue to go down. If you notice here, we keep cutting this number in half. We've got a ratio of 1/2 here. So this number keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller all the way down. Okay? And so we have what it looks to be like an exponential decay graph. It'll never get below 0. It'll just approach this x-axis. It won't keep going down in this area here. It's going to approach the x-axis, and then it's going to go up forever, but it's going to stop once we get to the y-axis. And that's how we're going to graph a geometric sequence. So, 2 more examples left.